Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. There is a thought that what you think becomes your reality. So if you want the perfect car, perfect house, perfect partner, just think it and it shall be. I know it sounds kind of crazy. How could that even work like that? I've witnessed it. I've tried it. I did it this weekend. It worked. I'll explain in a moment. I'm talking about manifesting what you want in life. We're going to dig deeper into that today. The principles, things you should do, things you shouldn't do. She's a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual healer, so much more. Cheryl Furze joins us once again here on the program. Welcome back. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great because this weekend I manifested on the lower level. I was driving somewhere where there's never parking. I went to a hotel in a town, popular seaside resort kind of thing. There's never any spaces available. There just aren't. There's valet parking for $49 plus a tip.
Mm-hmm.
So I manifested a space. I'm driving there. I'm like, there's going to be a space there waiting for me. If somebody needs it more than I, let them have it. But it's going to be the perfect space. It's going to be there when I get there in about 45 minutes. I get there. I pull around in front of the hotel. The valet guy's like waving, like, here I am, ready to go. I'm like, whoop, oh, hold on for a minute. I pull past, there was no spaces. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go around again one more time. I go around again, same spot, front of the hotel. Valet guy now really is saying, I'm over here. And I look up and there's somebody kissing somebody else goodbye. He gets in the vehicle. I wait. He hasn't moved. I get out, like, excuse me, are you leaving? He goes, yeah, I am. I'm like, thank you so much. It was the best space. Exactly to the door. You know, you
You
have to
did
carry yourself.
it.
And that's just one of many times when it comes to premium parking spaces for free that I manifest and they show up and they're there. So I'm going somewhere tonight. Guess what I'm doing?
Manifesting.
Yeah.
Manifesting a best parking spot again.
I have to do that tonight because where I'm going, honestly, ironically, it's on the same road, but about 15 miles away. There's not a lot of spaces, and normally you have to walk under a bridge to get where I have to go, and I prefer not to. So I'm gonna manifest and see what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?
Exactly. Exactly.
So what
And
do we need to remember?
so the biggest thing with the manifesting are your intentions. Intentions are the biggest part of it. But you have to make sure that you have yourself in a mindset of positivity. Okay. So make sure that what you are, I mean, and I'm talking some, bigger manifestations. So playing like what you're doing on the smaller spectrum is a lot of fun, but it also shows you that it really works. But on the bigger spectrum, when you're looking for a bigger job or a better job or a house or a car or, those dream things, a dream house, a dream vacation, what you want to first is you want to make sure that what you are manifesting is what you really want. Okay. And
Hmm.
why do you want it? You want to be very clear with that because you have to make sure that the universe knows everything that we want, knows everything we don't want. So when we're put our thoughts out, our words, our emotions, the universe sees it all. Okay. So the more positivity that we put out into the universe, the better. More positivity that we put out, we get positivity back. If you put negativity out, you get negativity back. Okay. So that's the first thing is you want to make sure that you really want what you're manifesting and why you want it. Be clear. Okay. So that the universe is clear, knows what it is that you really want and why you want it. Okay. And then as you're going through your manifestation, you want to feel it. Do you feel it? Do you really feel that this is something? Do you feel the joy of having that? And are you really feeling happy about this situation and things? Okay. And then know that there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be obstacles. And I'll get into that a little bit further.
Hmm.
Okay. And then also watch your words, watch your language. Okay. So we're going to talk about that too. And you're not going to want to force it.
So dissecting here a little bit
Okay.
while on that topic,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it true that if you come from a place of negativity in waiting for what you want, you derail it, delay it, or it might not even happen? Or if you come from a place of lack, for example, you want a
Exactly.
beautiful sports car and you manifest it, you think you're doing it right, and you see one driving by, and I'm like, when is it going to show up? When is it going to be? Right away, you're coming from a place of negativity and lack and not believing.
Yes, you are. And you also are believing that you cannot have that, that you are not worthy of that. And so, those kind of things that you want to erase that out of your thoughts, you want to erase that out of your words. Everything needs to be positive. You want it to be as if you already have it, that you're already living it. All that very positive feelings, very positive thoughts. Okay. And then you have to have complete trust and belief in the universe that you are going to have this. There is nothing that you can't have in life. Okay.
I manifested yesterday, and I don't know if I should do more. People say you can do vision boards, you can do journals, and I probably should take it to another step.
There's all kinds of ways. Okay. So, but the first thing, so I always tell people that the first thing is that you need to almost constantly think it always as if you have it. Okay. So, and like at nighttime, like when you're getting into bed, that can be the very last thing you do when you go to sleep. And if you fall asleep while you're doing it, you're fine. You can be saying, bring me this. This is what I have in my life. Bring me that job. I manifested a job within 2 weeks. I just continually kept saying, bring me this job, working from home, making more money than I've ever made in my life.
Mm.
Okay. I got it, but I wasn't quite as specific as I needed to be because I got that job. I had that job about 1 year and the company had to downsize and they let me go. So what
But
I should,
it was the perfect job.
it was. It was absolutely perfect. What I didn't add to it is that I needed to hold on to that job, that was to be my final job in the corporate world.
I'm on your page. I know what you're saying because I manifested the perfect person in my life. Perfect. Everything.
Perfect.
Wow. Woo. Except for one, and I won't even get into the detail,
It's
but
okay.
it's something that has shown up before in others,
Hmm.
although this was perfect. And you shouldn't should on yourself, but I should have been more specific about that. But I was just throwing it out into the universe, even to the fact this is going to sound really, people are going to think I'm whacked when I say this, but one night I was sitting in my car waiting. I was picking up a friend. It was time to kill. And it was dark where I was. So I didn't feel funny about this. I pretended there was somebody in the passenger seat I was having a conversation with, and that was the perfect person.
Mm,
That real. Everything
yes.
we were talking about.
Yes.
Look at how beautiful it is. We're here down by the beach. Love what you're wearing. A person showed up and again, missing had one key thing I didn't, to your point, then manifested being the, you know, uh, full-time job forever. So,
Right.
but all of this being said, are both examples here, and they seem to be the same kind of situation. Can you over specify? For example, the perfect person in your life. I've understood that you shouldn't say, I want somebody with blue eyes and blonde hair, whatever it is. You should not get that specific because the universe may send you somebody who is perfect and they might have brown eyes and brown hair. So don't go that granular. What are your thoughts?
So what I always say, tell people is you're asking for what is the best thing for you. The universe already knows what is best for you, even before you know what is best for you. The other thing is that I always tell people to end your manifestation with or better. Always, always end it with or better.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's not means that's not minimizing yourself to only what you're asking for. You are saying or better. Because again, the universe knows what is better for you, what you are ready for, and what is good for you. And so when you just said that we shouldn't us ourselves, well, when we realize that when we've done a manifestation, but it did not include a specific thing that we needed, we're human. Okay, we're not ever going to be perfect. So when we figure out that we did something that we should have added, then we change that manifestation and we put that new thing in it that we needed to add in. And it's okay to do that.
Or better.
Or, and always add it with or better. Always or better, always or better.
It's almost like a universal, no pun intended, release. Just, if you want to do better than that, bring it on.
Exactly. Exactly. So you always should look at everything, really think about what it is. Your wording. You don't want to use words like I think I will, or I'd really like to, because that is putting in doubt. It's putting in self-doubt. It's also saying that in itself is almost saying like you feel like you're not worthy of something, or you're putting in the that you don't know that you can have it. So be very positive that yes, of course you can have what it you're asking for and that you want. Okay. So, and there's again still a couple things a couple of ways you can do it. You can do this with just saying with the complete positivity that you already have this. Okay? With the mindset, you have this, you're living it, you have it, you feel it, it feels great. One of the bonuses of doing that by feeling that you have it and that you already are living this life is it makes you feel so good. You get a feel good feeling about that, of living that you already have this item that, or this way of life, or whatever it is.
So I'm in between houses, sold 2 years ago. Where I am, not the best market, so I'm renting. Um, Looking for a house. And I'm with my daughter and she's learning to drive. So we'll go into a neighborhood and she'll say, "Oh, wow, look at the size of those houses." And I look at her and I say, "I'll have one of those. That's coming my way."
Exactly.
That's coming my way. And we passed by the side of one of them, and that was nice. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be like that for sure. Definitely tropical. Love tropical. My previous house, I redid the backyard, made a tropical pool. It's gonna have a pool and everything. And as I pass around the side of it, the landscaping wasn't that great. They kind of ignored the side of it because it wasn't really, it was like the street, the fence street. So it's like
Right.
out of sight, out of mind. And I said, no, but the landscaping will be much better than that.
Right.
And that's what I every time I throw it out there. And I fully believe I deserve and it's coming my way.
Right. Because on top of feeling it, you're visualizing it. And if you're visualizing it, also, it's already in you. Okay.
Yeah.
And so then the universe also is seeing what you're also thinking and what you're also seeing what that you want.
How do
Okay.
you know?
That's what you're going to start getting. But of course, you're then adding at the end or better.
Well, I'm all over that one. Trust me. How do you how do you know what the universe wants for you? Because you may be, we're all hypothetical here. You're thinking of a Victorian wraparound porch, whatever. Just going with houses. We're on that topic.
Mhm.
But maybe it's a cute little cabin, and the universe is saying, no, wait a minute. This is what you should have. But now you're thinking this, majestic house. If you're not thinking what the universe wants for you, you would never know what it wants.
You have to have complete trust because if the universe wants you to see that house, that cabin, or whatever it is, it will come to you. Okay, and if that's coming to you for a reason, you've at least got to go look at it. Okay, and feel it out.
Hmm.
And then you've got to start asking that question, why is this being brought to me? This is being brought to me for a reason. I never thought that I would have ever looked at something like this, but this is being brought. But you're going to get a feel good feeling in your gut. And that's when you start asking your gut these questions. How does this feel for me? You're going to get an answer in your gut. You know, well, we're going to all of a sudden get into a human design thing quick. We never make a decision with our brain. Our brain is not the place to make a decision. It's in your
100%.
gut. It's other areas. So you ask those areas, you ask your heart, you ask your gut, what is right for me and where are the answers? And those areas are going to give you those feelings that you automatically get in your body that will tell you whether or not something is right. But have full trust in the universe and what the universe gets you and gives you.
Yes.
Okay?
And when I
Full
think back to
trust.
all those times where I made errors in judgment, and they can go back 25 years more.
Yes,
I,
and we
I
have to and we have to just let that go
oh, I
because,
know, but
they're
that's
all lessons.
I agree 100%. I'm illustrating your point
Right.
because I know in those situations, I knew my gut was telling me what to do. House. I'll give you another example. And this is, I was standing in front of a field with a house to be built, holding my then 3-year-old. My gut was saying to Dan, no, no, beep, 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 bad idea, bad idea. This is a bad idea. The builders, all right, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Bad idea. House was built a few months later. They did it really fast and wound up getting divorced like a year and a half later. And there's no real signs or anything, but my
Right.
intuition was screaming at me. But you're in at a certain point. And I was like, all right, throw caution to the wind or whatever. If I had listened to my gut, things might have been a little bit different, in terms of,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
So when we're some examples of ways to manifest also. So the way that I said is that when you get into bed at night and it's like the last thing you're doing at night, that is a form of meditation. is to just put it out to the universe. You can ask for it. You can ask, bring me this. You can say, or you can think it, which we always throughout the day, think it, when all of a sudden, if it comes to your mind that you need to be thinking it, then it's time to be thinking it. If it's time for you to be feeling it, and if you're starting to feel like you should be feeling about this manifestation, then feel it. Live it the best that you can. Feel it and live it the best you can. It's a beautiful thing. Okay? So that's the way I meditate with it. Other people will go into the full form of meditation, of really bringing into the music and all of that and doing their meditation. You can journal it. I know someone that says the best way to do it is to write it over and over and over again, 45 minutes a day. The reason for that is it keeps you in that mode of thinking about that one thing for 45 minutes.
I could see that.
Okay. But one thing that I really want to say, because before we run out of time or anything too, don't get frustrated if this one item, this bigger picture, doesn't come to you as fast as you want it. Okay. Because at the same time, the universe will not give you what you are not ready for, even if you think you are. Okay. So if that's happening, then I would highly recommend that you write down smaller goals and manifest smaller steps. And manifest the smaller steps. And when you get those little steps, those smaller steps, make sure that you are showing a lot of gratitude, which you should always have a lot of gratitude in your life for what you already have. Anyways, if we don't show gratitude, the universe isn't so thrilled with us. If we're not showing gratitude for what we already have in our life, we need to have a lot of gratitude. And also triumph those steps and just make sure that we're just so happy for them. Okay.
So
celebrate everything. Celebrate all these little steps and know my manifesting is working. It's another step towards what I'm getting to. Because sometimes the things like as people will say, well, I'm going to manifest becoming a millionaire. Well, becoming a millionaire is not going to happen for most people in a year or anything like that. Okay. So break it down. How can you break it down and think about the smaller steps that you can take that can help you build towards that? Something bigger things, quick, littler things. Okay. And play with it like you did with the parking spot. It's fun to play with things like that because it just gives you a little bit of hope also when you see these little things work for you when you start manifesting these.
that was my bigger proof, because I manifested spaces before in a village, whatever, and they're there. This was premium. And so many times I'll pull into a lot and I'm like, I'm manifested. So, because there's no space. Question: do you need to let something go to let something in? Like they say, one door closes, one door opens. So let's say you're in a job, but you want a better job. Should you mentally check out in some regards with the current job? Let's say you're in a relationship with somebody, it really doesn't support you. There's more out there. You just know that feeling. There's somebody waiting there for me, but I'm here with this person now, and I know this isn't right. Should you let that go to let something come in?
I would never recommend somebody just completely leave something or let go of something, but I would definitely tell them to be prepared to, because you would find the signs that it's time to let go because the other thing is coming faster or is closer.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. But to just leave something and leave yourself high and dry completely without, because you're feeling that it's going to happen, keep in mind that you might be feeling that you're completely ready for what you're manifesting, but the universe might be saying, no, you're not. No, you're not quite ready yet.
And I agree
So
with
I
you.
wouldn't put a complete disruption in your life
But
waiting for this
mentally do it.
manifestation.
Because what are we doing? We're mentally attracting something to us. So my thinking in that question is mentally let something go. You know, you have a job. You don't really love it, but it's all right, whatever. Just mentally, you do your job, you get it done, but you've released it in your mind. You've released it in your heart. It's
Right.
you're showing up, you're doing what you got to do, but it's just you're
I mean,
throwing it.
you can do that kind of a thing, but unless you can financially just let it go completely, I wouldn't
No,
do that. If
I
you can
agree.
financially let it go, I say, hey, let it go.
Yeah.
Do
And
you know what I mean?
I agree with you. I wouldn't physically let it go unless you can, but I'm talking about in your mind, just kind of let it go. Like I'm done here.
And the other thing is new moons and full moons. Perfect times for manifesting always. Okay? There's the next full moon is on June 21st. The reason for that is because the moon, a lot of people, well, a lot of people know, a lot of people don't know. The moon is very powerful. Okay? The energies in the universe is much stronger during a full moon, and so is our energy is much stronger. Okay?
Hmm.
So the time, a full moon and a new moon are the strongest times to manifest. So between now and then, if you're thinking of starting to do a big manifestation, you've got some time to start really preparing yourself, doing some meditation, figure out exactly your wording of your manifesting, and making sure everything is clear. What it is that you want, why you want it, and being careful of your wording.
Hmm.
Look at your wording, listen to your wording, repeat your wording out loud to yourself. Is there negatives in there? Make sure that the words are can't, no can'ts, no won't, no things like that. They're negatives. Okay. You want all positives in that, in your manifestation.
Hmm.
And then if you wanted to start going, you're going full force on the 21st. You can also put out, I'm going to release all obstacles. So when you get these obstacles on your path of you're doing your manifestation, okay, look at why am I having a block? Is there something wrong with the word? Have I done something that has caused to have a block or a negativity? Okay.
Hmm.
The other thing with negativity, we're all human. We get mad at people. We swear at them. We sometimes wish ill things to happen to them, things like that. Okay. It's normal, it's natural. What I always tell people, just say cancel, cancel, put a positive back out there. So if someone, say you're in traffic and you're really busy and you've really got to get somewhere really fast and you're under a lot of stress and everything, right? And someone just cut you off in traffic and it really made you just really angry. And you lay it on the horn, and you'll just say cancel, cancel, and you give them the gift of awareness. So just turn it around and you say something nice and say, I'd rather you be safe, a safer driver, and realize what you just did to me. You just caused me to have more of a delay, things like that. So you just kind of turn it around to a positive. Okay. Now that person that you're
I don't want to
doing
say these words, but we're out of time.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. So on my Facebook page, I will be planning a manifestation class. Okay. So if people could please watch for that, I'm probably going to do it sometime in July. And of course, it's going to be much more in depth because there's just so much to manifesting. I knew that we wouldn't get to everything in a half an hour.
I don't want to stop. I really, I've learned a lot so far, and you just, backed up certain things to journaling. Just keep journaling about it. All of these things,
Yes.
instead of just thinking it, it just
Yes.
takes it just takes it layers deeper and just shows your belief in the way it works. Cheryl, what's your website? How do we find you?
I have a website that's dragonflyintuitiveconnections.com. My Facebook page is Dragonfly Intuitive Connections on Facebook. I will be at Instagram sometime. I'm starting to set up on TikTok. And then anybody can call me at 315-350-8824.
And this is a piece of what you offer. You also do mediumship, psychic readings. You're a Reiki master.
Yes.
You're an energy warrior. That's how
Yes.
I like to look at it. And what's manifesting? Certain energy. You're putting certain energy in. The universe is giving it back.
Exactly. And we'll see what the next topic will be. Maybe it'll be more manifesting. Maybe it'll be readings. I'm not sure yet. And I'd like to give you a human design reading on the air. So we'll see about that.
Oh, feel free. Fully transparent. Thank you so much for today.
I'm just going to have to get your email address so I can send you the paperwork for it.
Hold that thought, and I'll give it to you. We're going to come right back in just 2 words. Well, 2 and 2. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And the other 2 words, or better.
Yes.
Won't forget that. I won't. Thanks, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Yes, you take care.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.